Hey guys, it's Trey Bell here again with Bell Real Estate Group, and I am happy to be back with you talking about another county that we serve, Jackson County. So it's actually the 1st of April. Today is April 3rd, and we're talking about what went on in the month of March for Jackson County. So Jackson County sits up on the I-85 corridor. It's in between Gainesville and Athens. There is a lot of growth in Jackson County, really a lot of new construction. If you're looking for a new construction home, there's a good chance that you could find something that you like in Jackson County. Lots of farms out there. There's some great towns and cities. So you got the city of Brazelton is in Jackson County. That's really where we're hosted out of. That's where we are, our office is in Brazelton. And then you've got the town of Houston. You've got areas like Bogart, which is a growing area, Jefferson, which is one of the fastest growing cities in the area, all the way up to Athens, and then out east too. And so Jackson County is a pretty big territory. So I wanted to take you through what's going on there in March and just see what kind of story that tells for things that's going on in Jackson County. So in Jackson County, there's currently 602 homes for sale on the market. So if we look back to 2024 in the month of March, really we're up 21% over 2025, and 2025 was up almost 54% over the year before. So we're seeing a lot more homes come to market. Again, I think this is mainly new construction. There's been some really big developments. I'm thinking of Twin Lakes in Houston. It's like 2,000 houses in there, active adult, new construction, townhomes. And then there's more homes coming to market, more development happening out there. So month supply of homes is actually growing. What we're seeing, it's sitting at 5 months of inventory on the market. That's up 24% over last year, which was basically 4. And so what supply means again is that if not another home was listed in the county, it would take roughly 5 months with the current level of demand to buy all the homes that are on the marketplace. Really, 5 to 6 months is a balanced market, and in a normal marketplace pre-COVID, we were averaging 4 to 6 months across all of the marketplaces. Once you get into 7, 8 months, and I talk about this on every video, that's where you see prices actually start to decrease. But as long as they're 6 and below, you're going to see values stay the same or increase up to 3 to 4%, which is typical year over year. So there's a healthy amount of homes on the marketplace. I think more homes being on the market too is really a good thing, because in the past, since COVID, recent past, what we've heard a lot of sellers say is, I want to sell my house. I have a lot of equity in my house. I want to upgrade, or I want to downsize, but there is nowhere to go, right? There's nowhere to go. So as inventory comes up, it does a couple things for people. It unlocks inventory. So as sellers, people that got to buy and sell, or sell and buy, they actually have more to look at and where to go. It just gives buyers that don't have anything to sell to, it gives them more choice, right? It gives them more choice. And so I think inventory at a healthy level, 4 to 6 months, is what we're looking at, what we're looking for across the board. 237 new listings came to market in the month of March. That's up 4% over 2025. So not a lot of change there. Again, I think new construction is driving a lot of the new listings that are coming on the marketplace in the county, and I think we'll just continue to see that. I always like to look at showings per listing, because that just tells us how active the house is. And if you got a house on the market and you're not selling it, or you're not showing it a lot, a couple things to remember. Days on market has increased. So we're not in the time where people list their house and sell it in the first week. Now granted, that does happen, and just did a reel about that recently, but it doesn't happen all the time. We're looking between the high 30s to 50 days on market before you get a contract. And I think the showings are fewer too, but the people that are coming to see the house are more motivated, they're more sure. And so you're showing your house less, sitting on the market a little bit longer, but prices are still holding where they have been or increasing. So roughly 2.5 showings per listing in the month of March. Median days on market, here we go. Median and average are different, but the median days on market for Jackson County is 53. So that's up from 49 in 2025. So we're up 8%, but really that's not an alarming number in my opinion. What I think most people should count on if you're going to sell your home is you should count on, for the time you list it to the time you close on it, roughly 90 days. This is all in line with that. Now your home has to be priced right, and it has to be positioned well and well maintained right now. I think that's a big thing. Price and condition right now matter more than ever. But so if you sold your house in 53 days, roughly a 30-day escrow to closing period, that's going to put you right at that 90-day mark. And that's what we were seeing really up up until 2020, right? That's just common. You list your home, you show it for 45 to 50 days, you sell your home, 90 days, you're in and out of there. It also gives you time, if you have to buy something as well, to find your next home, right? And we do a contingent contract where we basically put a contract on another house based on your house selling. We do those all the time. I'd say this is probably 60% of the deals that are going on right now. It's very common. If you've got questions about that, please shoot us a message. I'd love to walk you through that process. But we handle all of that and we're used to doing it. It's really move up, move down is what we do most of. Pending sales. So we actually saw a decrease in pending sales in March 2026, down almost 14% from 2025. I think this probably has to do with the war that's going on, right? And I've done a reel about this recently too. If you look me up on Facebook or Instagram, you can see that. But basically, I think all the things happening from the war, the price in oil, the mortgage rates increasing again, I think it's all a very temporary situation. Once all that settles down, and I hope it's sooner than later, I think we'll see oil prices and mortgage rates and consumer confidence and all those things begin to settle back down. But one thing we're not seeing just across the board, now this is a snapshot of Jackson County, but our pending sales were up in the month of March for our group, right? And so buyers are still active. I think a lot of people don't even think about stuff like that. And you can lock into a mortgage rate, so they'll go up and down. You can lock into a mortgage rate and still get a good rate. But I think most people that are buying right now are buying somewhere around the high fives rate to low sixes. And I think in general, they're just planning on refinancing maybe in 2 or 3 years when rates come down. But there's no guarantee of that, but I think that's the general thought process of a buyer right now. And also, I just think that homes are going to continue to appreciate. And so it may be a little, it may be 1% to 2%, or it could be 3% to 4%, depends what area that you're in. And so the right time to buy a house is when it's right for you, right? I don't think you can time the market up. I think when you get into that, you end up missing good deals, or you wait too long or whatever. So the right time for you to buy is when you're ready, when you've saved up the amount of money you want to save up to get your mortgage payment somewhere where you're comfortable with, and that's the right time for you to buy. Closed sales were down too. And again, I think this goes back to everything that's happening on the other side of the world. So sales are down, and we'll continue to monitor this right through really the second quarter to see what happens. I would probably guess that April statistics are going to show the same in some counties. Some of them may be more, but I think in general you'll probably just see a little bit of a pullback in velocity of home selling just because of what's going on the other side of the world, and that decreasing consumer confidence and increasing the cost to borrow money. And then the last one is the median sales price. It actually went down. Now this stat I like to look at. It's a snapshot month to month. And so really what you would want to look at is cumulatively, if the median sales price goes down, you may see homes depreciating. But again, this takes into so many factors, like what's the size of the house? Is it a new construction house? Is it a 10,000 square foot house that was dilapidated and bought, sold for way less than its home value? So it's really kind of a confusing stat. I do like to keep an eye on the median sales price just because I want to know what's going on in each county. And you'll tend to see these rise over time. And so this is just a snapshot of what happened in the month of March. We'll watch this too through April, May, and June to see if this is continuing on that trend, which could change some of our outlook, I guess, for the future. But I don't feel like you're going to see a pullback in pricing. I just think that what's going on in the other part of the world, coupled with rate increase and mortgage rate increase, I think it's just caused a little bit of a blip, because really before all this happened, we were starting to see the market really start to pick up speed. Our business is busy. We took 16 listings this week, and so people are buying and selling. There's a lot of people moving right now, and I think it's a great time to buy if it's good for you. So that's what's going on in Jackson County. If you're considering moving to Jackson County and you just want someone to talk to about the area, please reach out. We'd love to just have that conversation. I think it's a great place to live. I think there's some great towns, some great cities, and I think there's going to be a lot of growth there in a good way, right? So to me, that means that it's a safe place to buy because home values are going to increase. There's migration east, really, is what we're seeing from Atlanta and from some other places, people migrating out north and northeast. And so I think there's some security there. So if we can help you with anything, please reach out. If you got questions, leave us a comment. Please like and subscribe this. this, if this is good information, and we'll see you next time.